is going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a good day or night whenever you're watching this. Got this week's car auctions. I can already see we got some really unique cars this week. So, let's get into it. Before I get started, a traditional disclaimer that none of this is financial, legal, or tax advice. I'm not a licensed professional, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. So starting off, we have a Lotus Evora GT 2021 model year. I do actually really like these. They're, a little pricey for what you're getting, but that's more of on an objective basis. I think I do like them a lot, even for the price tag. I feel like they're pretty neat. They're about $100,000 new. 400 horsepower V6. I actually think they sourced the engine from a Toyota Camry, which is pretty funny, but obviously they juiced it up and it has a supercharger on it and such, so very different driving experience than you would get with a Camry. But let's try and find the interior here. This does look like the one with the very tiny back seat. You can actually get a two-seater model as well. Some people complain that they kind of cheaped out on the interior, but it is very a very much driver-focused car. This is, I believe, the only cup holder in the car, which is a big complaint among people, but overall pretty neat car. I think it'll do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. So, I mean, reasonable, but definitely for the price, not that fast, but very cool and unique car nonetheless. And all the people I watch and read that talk about them say that they're a lot of fun to drive. It's a very raw driving experience. But got a tiny little candy NEV here. It says 35 miles per hour top speed. That's hilarious. I don't know where you could drive this thing. Where is this located? Hallbrook, New York. Is that near New York City, or is that rural New York? Looks pretty rural. But either way, this thing's not going on the highway. Where are you driving this thing? Just funny. Got a Camaro SS. Got a G80. I actually really like these. I actually don't think we've seen that many, which is kind of interesting, because I feel like I see them a decent amount out on the road, but, this is a 2021 model. Obviously has the new, beaver tooth or kidney grill, whatever you want to call it. I actually think that these are, a pretty good value, especially a daily driver that's still a fast car. I mean, this will do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. I think it can hit 100 in less than 8. And I don't know, for this model year, I think these were $70,000. So I mean, all in, not that insane for what you're getting. I mean, it's way faster than not way faster, but faster than the Lotus Evora for $30,000 more, and it's got a full back seat and trunk, so pretty cool. The one thing I do hear people complain about on these is the transmission. They switched from the you always hear people talking about dual clutch automatic, they switched from that to something else, and apparently it's not as nice or something, but that's just what I've heard. I don't know too much about it. But I think it's a really nice looking car. Interior is minimal, but it's a sports car. So at the end of the day, what are you really looking for? SL500. Got a Rivian R1T, RS5 Coupe. Got a nice GT3 here. 28,000 miles. So I have not been looking at the prices. Let me just look at that real quick. $75,000 for the Evora. Only 16 hours left. On the Candy EV, it's at $3,500. That's actually actually more than I would have expected. 17 hours left. The M3's got 60K on it with 17 hours left. That actually kind of seems like a lot, considering I'm pretty sure it was 70K when it was new, and this has 26,000 miles. Maybe it's got some optionality on it that, makes it more expensive than the base, but it wasn't an X-Drive, it's not a comp, so I don't know how much more you could really add, realistically. But got an 04 GT3 here. Definitely a more dated look, but, still an attractive looking car. Definitely not crazy about these, but it is nice nonetheless. Looks like it's got a pretty crazy interior there. I do kind of like that. That's pretty cool. Manual. Actually looks to be in pretty good condition. 28,000 miles. Same amount of miles basically as the G80 we just saw. It's in San Antonio, Texas, going for $100 grand. 380 horsepower. CLS 63 AMG. Don't really like this generation much. Got a limited edition MX-5, and we have a Porsche Taycan 4 Cross Turismo. Wonder what the limited edition means on this. This looks like one that was sold under the, I forget the name, is it F&E? Or it's a different brand essentially, but it was what the MX-5 was sold under across the seas. Let's see, it's going for $6,200. It's got 127,000 miles on it. Wow. It's in Pennsylvania. 1993 only limited edition model. Has some great things going for it. What's so limited edition about it though? The wheels. Interesting. Personally, really not a fan of these. First of all, it's a wagon, which you guys know I'm not a huge fan of, but it's also a plug-in EV with pretty crappy range. I think it's like just above 200 miles, which in today's world of EVs is pretty sad, especially for a car this expensive. And it's not that fast. It's like 4.5 seconds, 0 to 60. So, it doesn't look good. It doesn't drive fast. It's not economical. I don't really get why people are buying these. It's really just a status symbol, I guess, but I don't know. I think there are better Porsches to be had. It's going for 75 grand with 19 hours left. About 13,000 miles on it in Colorado. Got an M550. These are okay. Nothing crazy about them. I'm more a fan of the M340. I think they look a little sportier. But this is your in-between car between the 5 Series and an M5. So if you're balling on a budget but you still want to ball a little bit, you get something like this. And they look nice. They're quick, obviously, but I don't know. I much prefer the body of the 3 Series, as we've been over. We got a... Did we see this before? I feel like we've seen a couple that are configured like this. Although this one doesn't have the Brabus, however you say it, wide body. So maybe this is a different one. But pretty standard, just in a flashy color. 56 grand, 19 hours left. They're cool. Nothing insane about these. And then we got a Audi R8 V10 Performance Coupe. I think this thing looks pretty clean in the colorway, and scheme they have going here. I think the wheels actually look good. I'm not typically a fan of wheels of that color, but I think given the rest of the car, it actually looks pretty nice. Looks to be in pretty decent condition. Automatic. What's it got? Only 2,800 miles. Or no, okay, 12,300 miles. That's the trip monitor. Going for 153 grand. This is a 2020. It's the performance model, which adds power, and it features a supercharger kit. Oh wow. So yeah, this thing's gonna be quick. 602 horsepower, but you know, due to modifications, it may produce more, but a dyno sheet was not provided to confirm. I feel like they always say that. SL550 Jeep Rubicon. Got an S5. I think we looked at one of those last video. Got a 2017 Audi A4 all-road Quattro prestige trim. Got an old Land Cruiser Tesla Model Y. I hate the look of this car. It looks like a knockoff of a Prius. That's what a Cadillac did to Rare plug-in hybrid. Why is it Rare? I guess that's how Cadillac copied the Prius. You can definitely see the similarities, I feel like. But I think it's butt ugly. I don't know why it's Rare, though. Low production figures, because it looks like crap. It's going for 6 grand, 53,000 miles. Got a 2010 Porsche 911 Carrera 4S Cabriolet. Pretty nice looking car. Obviously nothing crazy, but I do like the convertible coupes. I like the coupes in general, honestly. Really not a fan of any of the four-seater Porsches. 4 or 5, I guess, technically, but 54,000 miles. Like, looks to be in pretty good shape. 50 grand, 55,000 miles in Pennsylvania. 1 day left. Got another NA Miata here. Going for $6,666. It's also the alternative branding. Also looks to be in pretty good condition. Looks like Arizona. Historic vehicle. Soft top, obviously. Can we get inside the vehicle? Actually looks to be in really good shape. Wow. I kind of like that brown interior, even though I'm sure it's super cheap. Is that a microphone? Interesting. Got some tears in the seats there. That would definitely need to be replaced. Reupholstered, I think it's called. Yeah, same thing there. Probably kind of difficult to find replacement seats for the NA Miatas, but I could be wrong. Got the side cup holders there. Thought that's funny. 82,000 miles. Honestly, not insane. Phoenix, Arizona. Warm climate state since '02. Nice. Got a Rivian R1S, old Lincoln Town Car, Toyota Tundra. Got another G80 M3 here. This one's a 2022, I believe the other one was a 2021. Don't think this colorway looks quite as nice as the blue we saw earlier, but I do kind of like these grills. They've definitely grown on me. What I am not really a fan of is the new M2, at least the back end. I can't get behind it. Maybe I'll come around to it down the road, but we'll see. Got an old M3 comp here. $26,000, 100,000 miles on this puppy, San Diego. Looks like it's wrapped. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are a big fan of the E92 chassis. Competition package, clean, accident free, blah blah blah. Take a look at the interior here. It is automatic, interesting. Not in great shape, honestly. A lot of little nicks and stuff everywhere, which is interesting, but Audi RS3. Oh my gosh, got two cool ones here. We'll start with the boring one, or the more boring of the two, I should say. What do we got here? 911 Turbo Coupe. Looks pretty dirty. They could have at least cleaned it before they sold it. But I do like this. This is a very interesting front bumper, but I don't think it looks bad. And, you know, obviously the tail is very nice. Looks like they smoked out the headlights. Don't know if I love that, but I don't think it looks bad. It does look kind of dirty, just in general. Definitely got its use, apparently. Only 19,000 miles on the 2003. It's in Tennessee. No, it's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Interesting. Okay, 52 grand. Not really a fan of the interior. I think that color leather, when it's all over, just is not usually appealing to me, but to each their own. It is kind of cool. It has the glove compartment with the lock on it. 2014 McLaren P1, 4,700 miles, reviewed by Doug DeMuro. It's actually a pretty rare car. They only made 375 of these, and I think only a third of them were actually like sold in the US, so the rest are abroad somewhere. This is a plug-in hybrid, 900 horsepower. I think it's like a V8 that makes like 700 or 750 horsepower paired with like a motor that provides the rest, whatever that is, 150, 180, something like that. 0 to 60 in like sub 3 seconds. Very cool car. Obviously gorgeous. Nice backdrop here. Got the carbon fiber on the inside, obviously. Bucket seats. Just a phenomenal car. And it's going for $1.326 million right now. It is in Beverly Hills, California. Big surprise. Interestingly enough, it has an Oklahoma title. It's a little weird. I really like this color. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. We talked about this last time, I believe. Mazda Speed 3. Got an old Mustang, Shelby GT500, M4 convertible, Macan GTS. That is a very beefy truck. 1999 F350. It's kind of insane that it's only going for $6 grand with 2 days left. Honestly, would have expected more from that, but got a C8 there, pretty clean looking. Got a 2017 3 Series wagon. You really don't see a lot of these in the States. I'm obviously not a fan, but I still, like to look at stuff that you don't see very often. I think the novelty of it is pretty nice. I'm sure they're super practical, but not a fan. Got a GL 350 going for 7,800, 2 days left. S65 AMG. 16 grand, 2 days left. Nice looking car. Nothing insane. What's it got? 66,000 miles to Nashville, Tennessee. Got a Ford Fiesta. Got an X6M. Not a huge fan of these either. Like the even SUVs, so the X2, X4, X6, just not really a fan of the body style in general. I think the X6 has grown on me a little bit. The X2 I still hate. X4 and X6 I'm like, you know, they're just okay. This guy looks like he's shirtless. Got the red interior. It's automatic. Not really a fan of the interior. I tend not to like the red interior on the Beamers, but $70,000, 2 days left, 20,000 miles. It's in Chandler, Arizona. Got an old Porsche Boxster, got an M6. We see so many of these, I don't understand it. Such an ugly car. Got a Challenger Scat Pack wide body shaker. Honestly, pretty good looking car. I tend to actually prefer, most of the time, prefer the Challenger over the Charger. I feel like you see way less Scat Packs of the Challenger though. Oh, this thing's probably got crazy power. Is automatic. Not a huge fan of the red again, but $33,000, 2 days left. Only 15,000 miles to New Jersey. Interesting. 485 horsepower. Pretty nice. Three Series, F-Type. Wow, okay, this is a nice line here. We got an MX-5, a Cayman GT4, and a GT3 RS Visoc. 2018 MX-5 Mazda Miata Club, gone for 20 grand, 2 days left, 40,000 miles in Knoxville. I actually kind of like the color of this sunroof. Call me crazy, but I think it kind of goes well. I actually do like the grille on these like 2017, 28-ish Mazdas, the Miatas, sorry, versus like the brand new ones, you know. But they're all, you know, really cool looking cars. That's a sick photo, and they're, you know, pretty reasonably priced. Here we have a GT4 from 2022. Pretty cool blue. You guys know I love the GT4. It is not an RS, but it is still a gorgeous car. Damn near brand new. Yeah, the interior looks spotless. It's got 15,000 miles on it. Wow, he has taken care of this thing, but that is a lot of driving. Going for 100 grand in Virginia. That is a lot of miles. Wow. For how clean it looks. We have a GT3 RS Visoc. Sorry, I forced myself to say it like that because I'm a car enthusiast. But this is a gorgeous car. I really like this color scheme. I mean, pretty much all of the Visoc packages come with this, the carbon fiber hood or whatever. So I think it just, in general, makes the contrast of the car look a lot better. I think this exact spec, but with white instead of yellow, also looks phenomenal. I've seen that before. But this is just gorgeous. I would take this thing in a heartbeat. What's it going for? $201,000. 3 days left, 7,400 miles. It's in Canada, actually. Again, just in phenomenal shape. I feel like Porsche people take care of their cars so much better than any other brands. Any other, not supercar brands. Got a Hummer, FJ Cruiser, Infiniti, Range Rover, Model Y, Ford Focus, WRX, Dodge Magnum, also an ugly car, it looks like a hearse. Got a 2018 Nissan 370Z Nismo Coupe. Actually looks to be in pretty good shape as well. It is a Nismo. Don't think I like the color scheme of this burgundy on the trim, but I don't know. The 370 and 350 are both cars that I'm not a huge fan of looks-wise, but for the price, I think they give a really cool and fun package. It is automatic. Interiors are super dated though. I mean, the cars were not updated for a long time and obviously now discontinued, but this one is as recent as 2018 and it's got 70,000 miles on it, which is insane. It's from Pennsylvania. It's only going for $8,500 though with 3 days left. Got a Golf R. I do like that color. It's going for $38,000 with 3 days left. It's the 20th anniversary edition. It's also only got 800 miles on it. It's damn near brand new. GL63, Rivian R1S, another Tesla, 4Runner, Escalade. Got a 1 Series here. You don't see a lot of those. M Sport package going for $8,200. 3 days left. Got an ATS V Coupe Championship Edition here. I think this splitter looks kind of horrendous on this car. Obviously, of the two, I think the CTS-V, I remember looking better. But the one we saw that was, I think Joe Biden's, I think I liked that one, I can't remember. That was like a black one, though. And we have a first here on the channel, a 2010 Tesla Roadster. I do not think we've seen one of these yet. This thing is pretty sick. Honestly reminds me a lot of a Lotus, especially the back, but it is the 2010 Tesla Roadster Sport, which was at the time a very expensive car. I think the base Roadster was like $110,000. The Sport version, which is what this is, was an extra 20 grand on top of that. But still pretty quick car. Sub 4 seconds, 0 to 60. Decent range, I think, for an EV of the time. Just pricey. And obviously, huge piece of history. I don't like the interior, but, you can't even hate on this thing. It's just really cool piece of history. Going for 70 grand, 3 days left. This thing's easily going to push 6 figures, in my opinion. Only 7,000 miles. It's in Fairfield, California. And if we keep going here, we have another Vantage Roadster. I feel like we see a lot of these, or the Vantage in general. Maybe not the Roadster, but only going for $25,000 and $7 extra. 6 days left though, so it could get up there. Got an 09 Challenger SRT8, Audi S4, old Mercedes S55, WRX STI Limited. We got a 2015 California T. I think I've talked about the California before. Some cool history Ferrari-wise with this car, but I don't think it's necessarily super attractive. But just my opinion. What's it going for? 45K, 6 days left, 15,000 miles, Illinois. For 2015, I feel like that's pretty freaking low miles. But GTI S, Model Y. Got the GMC Hummer. This thing's in Call of Duty. Got a TT 20th anniversary Roadster. I actually like this thing. I think the color is very crisp. And I'm definitely way more a fan of the later gen TTs than the early ones. We've seen a number of early ones. Obviously not a hot take because we see a lot of other, well, we see the auctions for those ones don't go for much. These are what collect a lot of money. This is at $5,000 with 6 days left. It's early, I think it'll definitely get up there. It's in Jupiter, Florida, 4,300 miles. One of 999, cool. Another Rivian, old M3. Another C8. I feel like we see a lot of C8s. Interesting that they flip over so quick. People must get maybe bored of them. Oh, I like this. That's the end of it. And a look at this Turbo S. I think we saw one like this, a 3.0 Premium, previously. But this red is sick. These pictures are not the best, but I think the red looks really good with the black trim. Obviously pretty clean because it is 2 years old. Already going for $25,000, 6 days left. It's in Pennsylvania. I think new, the 3.0 Premium goes for like $65,000 maybe. But I do like that a lot. And then we have a 2014 Porsche 911 Turbo S Coupe with 28,000 miles on it. Also in pretty good shape. I like the yellow calipers, that actually looks really nice. It's going for $35,000, 6 days left. In Yorba Linda, California. I've never heard of that in my life. It's red interior is abysmal though, I will say that. Not a fan at all. But let me know what you guys think of that. I'm not a fan. But appreciate you guys watching. As always, drop a comment if you have any ideas, and I'll see y'all next time.